How's it going, Twitch? This is Bambi here, also known as Lucas Gaming. Welcome to the first episode of what hopefully will be a enjoyable and long-running series about Airsoft called The 6 Mil Show. I'm joined here today by who will also hopefully be a long-running guest, friend, comrade in arms, I guess, who within Airsoft. Grimlock. He is currently, IC2 team leader for Team Spartan, a team that predominantly plays in the northwest and north of England. I've played Airsoft with him for about just over a year now, isn't it? Something like that.
You?
You and me. We played for about a
Oh,
year.
together, yeah. Together, yeah.
Right, and how long have you? So just to before we get into basically what this whole thing's about, the 6 Mil Show is going to be a hopefully, like I said, a long running podcast where we'll be talking about airsoft in the UK, covering various overarching topics, getting a few people in. The the longer it goes on, and hopefully we can have some good banter and some good fun as well. And as I've already said, we get friends in like Grimlock and a few other people I play with coming through in the future. So just so people know who you are, Grim, if you want to give a brief background of your airsoft history, how long you've been playing, where you started, and everything like that, and I'll be a bit cheeky and bring up a picture of you in the background.
Make sure it's my good side.
It is. It's your back.
That's right. Let's see. I have been airsofting for about 20 years. I first started when I was 16. So, it's been a long time.
And that was back
First,
in during a time when airsoft was really new, wasn't it? Especially in the
yeah,
UK.
it was very little known. There wasn't a lot of sites. Most of the sites were actually right down on like the south coast. So finding sites up here in the northwest was a bit of a nightmare. So when we found a site we liked, we'd be there on a fair regular basis. My first skirmish site that I ever visited when I was 16 was Phoenix Woodlands down in Mansfield.
Right. Okay. And
Nothing, not
uh,
that, not,
was was that one of the ones where you had to, like, you got your old archive videos where you were shooting 30 BB 302 rounds into the window? Is that site?
no, that,
No.
that was Rednall.
Red Null.
That was
Ah,
Rednall.
right.
That came a good few years later. Rednall is now currently a laser tag and paintball site. The
Oh
only
no, they've gone over to the dark side.
well, it was that initially anyway. The only people who airsofted there anyway was ourselves and another local team to Oswestry.
Ah, right. And was that something you went to with your original team when you first started?
What was that, matey?
No, your original. You had an original team when you first started, when you first
Yes.
started playing.
When we first, when we first went across to Rednall, um, the team I started a team called the Wolfpack. They started in 2004.
Right.
Um,
But that just sounds so long ago when you say it like that, doesn't
oh yeah.
it?
I mean, there are some pictures somewhere of that actual first game night between the Wolfpack and the Dead Cell.
The dead cell.
Yeah, that was the local site to Oswestry.
Ah, right, right. So, over your 20 years, you've gone from little crappy springers in Woodlands, if I remember a story you told me about that, to
Oh God, about fresh fields.
yeah, to something a
That's how.
little bit more substantial over the years.
Yeah, that was actually how the Wolfpack started. Actually, we used to go as youngsters. We used to go to Freshfields and Formby and run around with these spring BB pistols from Blackpool of all places.
From Blackpool, oh, they freaking go
Oh yeah, Blackpool
the ones you used to
Sentinels.
get at the fair, throw the balls at the thing.
Yeah, yeah, and there was a day we got there one day. We run around like loons doing our thing, and I suggested maybe let's make this a bit more serious. Why don't we try and go for the the higher end stuff and get out and go skirmishing? they were all like, "Oh, we should go paintball," and I was like, "Yeah, I've been
No,
paintballing." And
no, don't you said the
exactly.
P word. We're already what? How long in?
I know.
5 minutes in. You already said you said it twice.
If I had a beard, I'd said down it just as a consequence. But still, yeah. So they suggested that, and I said, "No, let's do airsoft." And so
And
brought them around there.
the rest, as they say, is
Yeah,
history with
yeah,
regards to
exactly.
that. So I think probably out of everyone I know, uh, hey Iceman, yeah, I'd love to fire real steel weapons at some point. Love to have a go at that.
Amateur.
Not that I've ever done. Well, no, we all didn't serve in the in the army, my friends. Well,
Well,
reservists.
yeah, I spent
You
nine
know.
years in the army as well, so I've done the real SEAL thing as well.
Yeah. Your support gun, wasn't it? You were the support gunner, weren't you?
Well,
Because you were the only one who soft ass who
at one point
carried
in my
it.
career, yes. At one point in my career, it changed as so much over the 9 years. You know, from rifleman to RO, which was radio operator, to sitting in the back of a Land Rover on the radio, or tabbing out with my house on my back. But that's another time. We'll go
Yeah,
into that
we'll
another
go
time.
into that another time. Because one of the good things about airsoft I've noticed, you've got a lot of ex-service people playing it as as a fun little way to not keep the skills fresh. That's probably a wrong way of putting it, but
It
um,
gives you that little buzz.
yeah, and I think a lot of one or two people. I think if you remember, there was a guy who took photographs when we went to Praying Ground, which is now a bit of a defunct site. Um, and he was an ex squaddy, and he did the photograph thing at airsoft sites to kind of help with his PTSD.
Yeah.
And you've got police officers and current serving personnel who, when they're on leave, come and play. I know a guy in particular who goes to the local shop. He's a seaman. He's in the navy and he plays whenever he's on leave as well. So it's quite an interesting bunch of people. You've got pure civvies like me, ex-service people like yourself, and it's
And
all
there are
good.
speed bumpers.
And there are speed softers. Yes, we will get into them in another video. I'm sure we will. So I think between you and me, um, a simulation of real. I guess yeah. I guess you could call us LARPers. We're, we are, Iceman. We're definitely LARPers. We're big. We're children with toy guns. Basically, I'm not going to deny that. I don't
Oh
think
yeah.
any of us would. To be perfectly honest with you. But out of a lot of us, I think I would call you the Kit King. You've got a lot of rigs and a lot of stuff. What would you say has probably been your favourite loadout?
Oh, I think my favourite loadout, which I actually don't wear that often anymore, is my Vietnam LRRP loadout.
Ah, all right.
It's like golden tadpole tiger stripe, which was in the advisor cut with a US M56 canvas weapon. I've got an old ANPRC 77 radio, which has been gutted, so it's heavier than a lot. A couple of replica smoke grenades, and there's pictures somewhere. I mean, I've sent it to you a few times.
Yeah, I think it's on the Spartan Facebook page. There's a few old,
Yeah,
uh,
with me XM 177.
few old pictures you threw up there. I just want to make sure I get the right page. Da, 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 da. There's a load of stuff, like old loadout stuff that you posted on there, didn't there?
Yeah.
Trying to find it now.
Other than that, I mean, I think my current favorite loadout
Yeah,
is.
there's a couple of your
Throw it to
old
the Twitch link and I'll jump across and I can go through. Here we go.
for a couple. Sorry, I've just put my Twitch in front on the screen. Do apologise. There's a couple of old pictures of you right there, back in the day. I mean, I myself,
Oh God, yeah.
I
That one's
myself,
yeah. That's me in Cerberus.
yeah.
That's in the Irish DPM, and that's his Marpat. Yeah, that's his US Marpat.
Ah, right. I've just thrown the link in the speed softer memes section of the Discord for some
Yeah,
stupid reason.
yeah. I've just got it there, mate. I've just found it on our standard chat though.
Yeah.
So I've
Uh,
got that up anyway. So
and
I can
and I myself, I think I've been playing for about 2 years now, and my kit has evolved immensely. It's one of the things you'll find when you first start playing the M23.
Oh God.
Oh yeah, from the video. Actually, the
We
video
were
might.
young and we were stupid. Now
There's
I'm
your
just
Barrett.
stupid.
There's your Barrett. Actually, didn't you posted the video on here, didn't you? If I remember
Did I?
correctly. If I can find it. Oh crap! I'll try.
I might have been stupid enough to do
I'll
that.
have a look through and try and find that in a minute. Uh, Going forward. So by myself, I've only been playing for just gone 2 years now. My kit is has evolved immensely. I think one of the best ways I can illustrate my own kit is if I go to my Instagram, because I think I did like not so much a 10-year challenge before it was cool, but it was more of a 4-year challenge. I'm going to try and find it now. It's on here somewhere, hopefully. Don't mind the belly in the background on all of these photos. Oh, where is it? Oh, it's on my Facebook.
Well, we've
I'll
recently
look
been
for it in a minute. It's on the Facebook.
using star loadouts together and all that, haven't we?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the stuff over the past 2 years has definitely evolved for me. I've gone from basically wearing a hoodie with some trousers to to actually going full MTP, and then starting to get some more of the Gucci stuff. And like I said, what you'll find is if you get bitten by the
Yeah, you get bitten by the bug.
we get bitten by the bug. You'll find you'll spend a lot of money on kit. Iceman, Jay.
Still
I've got
spend.
no I've got no.
I mean, there's a lot of people who there's a lot of people out there who won't spend a lot of money on
Oh
kit.
no, you don't
Who still
have
get
to.
themselves.
No, you definitely don't
Yeah.
have to. I mean,
You know,
there's
I mean, a majority of people will buy themselves their couple of
there's
rifles
that is
and their loadout.
probably one of the earliest photographs of me playing, and that's after I've already bought some kit with my new prol, my very first weapon, my new prol um, Defender Pioneer, which was a great little gat. I really enjoyed using that, uh, both indoors and outdoors. It was great fun uh, using that, and that's
It's a really good entry level weapon, the Defender.
yeah. I mean, that's like my first woodland game. No, actually, my first woodland game was where I actually got my call sign. It was my first woodland game when I got my call sign Bambi, where I fell down about 30 times in one particular spot and just absolutely lost my shit.
It's quick.
And I ended up starting, yeah, rage quit, and then I fell over, kept falling over, and it just went to Bambi as well. So our backgrounds are fairly different. You're the veteran, I'm the new guy, but we ended up coming together, for want of a better way of putting it. No homo. Uh, Probably the back end of my first year playing, which was probably 2017.
Yeah, it was around about August,
Yeah, around about that time, and we
September.
just kind of fell into a good play pattern now. Speaking of playing, we've got a few game sites coming up as friends and teammates and everything like that coming up. My first game is the jail on the 12th, and I'm taking Stitch along with me, and hopefully one other person, because thankfully Biff has got myself a
Oh
new
yeah, like
ride.
you'll get Cerberus along
So
with
I'll
you,
be able
mightn't
to
you?
get Cerberus along with that. So I'm going to jail, which is in is it Stoke-on-Trent?
No,
If
no,
memory,
jail isn't Stoke, it's Oakham.
Oakham, that's it. I'll try and find a video of it. And
About a 3 hour
we've
drive.
yeah, and we've then got a private game at a really good CQB site on the 24th, level 2 in Atherton. Now, if you're looking for, I wouldn't say it was purpose built because I think a lot of sites aren't purpose built for Airsoft, they just work well with it. Um, if you're looking for a good CQB site in the northwest of England that isn't too far away, that's within driving distance of Manchester, maybe Leeds at a push. Um, Level 2 at Atherton's a fairly decent site, and they do midweek games and weekend games as well. Not that I'm being paid to show for them or anything like that, but you know, Andy's a pretty decent guy. He runs a fairly tight ship. Shit, I nearly said then. A fairly tight ship. I nearly said it again. Ship. SHIP. So if you're looking for a good site, CQB site in the northwest, I'd head over to their midweek games and games Saturday, Sunday. They also do an outdoor site which we have to get to at some point. I think this year, Daggerwoods is definitely somewhere we need to end up. And then we're actually going further afield in February. We're going to the Rick Ender, as you've dubbed it, down
Yeah, man,
south.
I've just got like this, like, I don't know whether to call it a condition.
A condition.
I've got to give everything a nickname.
Sir, I don't know what's going on. He just can't call things by their real names.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically, I guess you could call it a condition. By giving him some. Am I going down to CQ South Coast Airsoft? Is it CQB?
Yeah, South
Uh,
Coast CQB.
and my brother, who's arranging that with us, he's basically said it's a smaller version of the jail, which is pretty cool. Although probably not a
Which is
prison.
actually the jail is the footage that you'll be seeing now.
Yeah, that's
So this is the outside.
this is the outside. This is from our game in August where I absolutely
Yeah, this was the
suffered.
day of what was it? The seventh layer of hell.
Yeah, the
Was that
seventh
one?
heat of hell. Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
it was
I
so
got to the
hot.
point where I was dehydrated and actually had suffered heat
Yeah,
stroke.
you were nearly going down with heat stroke.
Yeah, which is never a good thing because
No,
I'm a
you have to
sizable
rehydrate it.
yeah, I'm a sizable guy, but I wouldn't call myself a speed softer because that would be an insult. But I play
You're mobile enough.
I'm mobile for a big guy when it comes to this. And
So yeah, we had to rehydrate, emergency rehydrate at the pub after this game.
oh yeah, well that's standard operating procedure to be honest when it comes
Yeah,
to airsoft.
SOPs.
Go in the pub. Um, but we have got some sad news with regards to a really good site that we played. Was it November? Was it our November game?
Yeah, it will have been our last game that we went out to play, and that was that
Yeah,
was
it was
November because
November,
later we
and
did a marshal in the
that
night.
is Tack House Spartan.
Yeah, that's a
And
shame.
unfortunately, that particular site, which I'm just going to bring the video up of it now, is actually having their last game this weekend. It's closing down because of redevelopment. The owners have sold it, which is, I guess, the way of things. Um, but it's a really good mix, and it's one of those sites like the jail that is player marshaled. I guess is the best way to put it. Would you agree with that?
I would say so. It was the marshals are tip top, but it's definitely I'd say it's a lot more player match because there was very few rentals when we went,
Mm.
and so it was all experienced players. So obviously we kind of self-governed ourselves. Obviously, I think the marshals only had one incident.
Yeah, I think that was towards one of the chaotic point defense things we were trying to get the bomb in.
Yeah,
Because we I think we beat the team we were against on that game by about 2 minutes, and I think the complaint was that he got hit and was sliding on the floor. But by that point, it was pretty much over
oh yeah,
anyway.
Deadpool was Funny enough, he used the speed softer who actually quite liked.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, the speed softers are butt of jokes, but you do occasionally get a nice one. But again,
I found there's quite a fair few, and
yeah,
I can't think everyone with the same brush. We don't mean, we don't want to be
no,
just making the channel into blah 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 speech, because we'll take the piss out of Milsimmers, we'll take the piss out of ourselves as
yeah,
well.
that is true. And when we get a few more of the guys in, you'll see the banter come across probably a little bit more aggressively with certain people,
Oh
but
yeah,
all in jest, all in
being
jest.
very tame, so not to scare you all off at the
Yeah,
moment.
with our massive audience of 3 people. Not that I'm complaining. That was more than I was expecting. Let me be honest. That really was more than I was expecting, and I'm definitely not complaining. And yes, Jay, in answer to your question, you do wear Gucci. All right. I mean, you probably wear more Gucci than most Gucci people, to be honest, from what I've seen when I've talked to you online. Iceman has an just so you know, Grimlock, he's a long-term friend of mine from
Yeah,
Australia. We've played a lot of video games together, and he's actually
that's cool.
I'm so going to inflate his ego here, and I hate doing it because I'm not a shill, but he is a he's got it's a je ne sais quoi, so to speak. He got a bit of star quality about him, and usually when he puts his mind to something, when it comes to YouTube or Switch, in which he's gained 2,000 followers in less than 4 months, where I've been grinding for 4 years and barely
Yeah,
made 400. So and we've been trying to plan for ages for him to get his ass over here as well, and obviously get him in a game day and everything. But it just hasn't come to fruition, and so hopefully that may happen this year.
maybe.
Fingers crossed. So, in your opinion, then, with Takao Spartan closing, you only ever played there once, which is the November game. I've gone twice.
Yeah.
Just as like a post mortem or a memorandum, using big words. What's your opinion of the site in general? I mean, what does it compare to anywhere else you've played? Does it remind you of old sites that have closed, or is there something
It,
unique about it you like?
there's a good few unique things. Just bear with me a second.
Yep, no problem.
Pointer, stop chewing me gaming chair. My dog's chewing the chair.
Dogs nuts.
I'm sat here and I can feel ka-dunk, ka-dunk, and he's chewing on one of the bloody metal struts.
Well, you will go get a blind husky, you know.
You aren't good. Go on. I knew I'd have to tell him off at one point throughout this cast.
Yeah. So just to refresh, just to remind you the question.
Right. So yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think it's. Oh, I don't think there's anywhere I can really compare it to. That many people will have actually played at. There's only one, maybe two other people we know of who will know where I could kind of compare it to,
All
but
right.
doesn't quite meet the legendary status of that site because it's just forever held in such high regards by me and those few.
Yeah.
And that was Phoenix Urban. And that was on a small industrial estate that was being closed down. That had a couple of big warehouses. It had it had a couple of stone buildings, a couple of the little mobile bungalow, mobile home things. You used to get them in schools, like the temporary
Oh,
classrooms
the
and stuff.
temporary classrooms that were never temporary. Yeah.
That's right, yeah.
I
It
remember
had stuff
that.
like
Yeah.
that, and it had nice open areas, had a bit of woodlands. It had never had anything that was more than ground floor though.
Yeah.
If
So
anything,
okay, go on. Sorry.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the thing.
But it's relatively a tack house in itself is quite unique.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely it's not something you get every day when it comes to airsoft. I mean,
No, not at all. I mean, it's got those nice big long rooms which they've broken down quite well with
my shit
putting in
reloading. Bloody hell. I need to work on that.
that is
Carry on.
that is amazing.
That's a mess. I need to work on that shit. Carry on. Sorry.
It's just like the building there, just in the upper right of the video.
Yeah.
I mean, that's actually one big lot. Those rooms were one big long room, but they've broken them down using canvas
Yeah.
and other barriers. So your killing lanes weren't long. It could get tight. It wouldn't get too tight.
Yeah. I understand what you're on about. I mean,
Yeah, I like
I never found
the
like you couldn't get to where you wanted to go if you just went a different way. If you were getting pinned down
yeah,
somewhere,
there's
I didn't.
always at least
Yeah, I never
another
thought. I
route.
never felt like you were pinned. Um,
Never felt penned in.
yeah, and I've only ever been twice. The irony thinking is I can always go again. Unfortunately, can't do that anymore
Yeah,
because the site's closing.
I
But
yeah,
it's one
first
of
time
those
we
sites that it's easy to negotiate once you've done it.
yeah. You can see the canvas just here that
Yeah,
in front of
but
Bambi now.
you know
It's obviously it's,
you know the regular players know that site so well. They can get
yeah.
the way they
The
can
regular
move around
players,
that site. Yeah, it's
yeah,
amazing.
you can get round it pretty quick, and you find all the little nooks and crannies. Whereas you see this little
Oh,
gap here
this is
that
the
you go
bit where
through.
I freaking lace Stitch for like the fifth time.
Yeah, we should maybe change your brother's call sign from friendly fire to your call sign to friendly
No,
fire.
I like Bambi. Bambi makes me seem innocent and unthreatening to my team and my teammates. Um, but
Yeah,
it's quite funny. You might actually see it here in a minute. When it happens. Yeah, I mean, I really like Tack House Spartan. It's freaking went full auto by mistake there. I wonder how none of them actually got hit there. Uh, yeah, this is where I get Stitch. It's such a. I think you actually hear him say again. It's definitely one of those sites that'll be sorely missed. I mean, it's a bit of a drive for the likes of us where we are in the world, but well worth the trip when it was open.
it was. It wasn't. It didn't take that long to get there. It was, how long did I think it was? An hour and a half,
Hour and a
maybe 2 hours.
half, yeah, but we both had to pick a lot of people off as well, so we had to get up a little
Yeah, I
early.
had to pick up Punisher, and I had Swoop and Saber to stay over, didn't I?
Yeah. So
Um, I
it's a
mean, the
shame.
jail's way better.
Yeah.
The jail was like 3.5 hour drive,
Yeah. I mean,
but
I think my three top rated sites, I guess, last year were Tack House Spartan, in no particular order. Tack House Spartan, the jail, and God, how do my
the
first
army.
my the armory exactly. Yeah, they were probably my favorite three
Yeah, quite like the
games.
army.
We'll
That's
have
one we can talk about in another
yeah,
cast because
because
there's a good few pictures of the army, and we've
yeah.
been there twice.
Well, we're gonna go there again this year. Obviously, maybe when it's
Oh yeah, we'll be going again.
when it's less wet.
Oh, I
That
enjoyed that.
freaking mud was
I
unbelievable.
enjoyed that. I just died in the first game because my rig just got so wet and heavy, and
Yeah,
I'm fat and old now.
fat and old. I think. Well, I'm
I'm
definitely
no longer the
fat.
young spring chicken who can run round in full rig,
Yeah. So
especially if it's soggy.
so we've got. I've got the jail up there next week. We've both got a private game at level 2 in Allerton on the
I love to see
24th. So
the defender.
expect videos for that from both me and Grimlock. Then we've got the Rick Ender in February, and then we obviously we've got loads of sites to choose from. We've got the mill, the armory, outpost events, no doubt, sometime during the year.
Oh yeah, yeah. I know that we'll be marshalling there at some point with
Yeah,
the outlaw and bomber plot lot as
yeah.
well.
We'll probably head to Alpha 5 at some point. That's a boss little site in Wales. Big,
Yeah, I've been there
big
for a while.
site, but we haven't been there for a while.
What's that other
Maybe
one? Is it
Tack House.
Alpha 38 or something?
No, it's you think are you talking about Optac, the
It's
Kingdom?
one of the. I think it might be one of the OPSAC ones. There's Alpha 38,
Alpha
which is
30.
down Stoke ways.
Is that's that CQB site? Right? Was that the CQB site you
I
were
don't
talking
know. No, I
about?
don't think it's a CQB site. I
Ah,
don't
right.
know.
But
But
there's carry on. Sorry.
ask Jade about it. Jade knows.
Oh yeah, she'll know. With Wolfgang Airsoft.
That's the
Yeah,
one.
so we're actually made it to half an hour, so I'll probably close this first episode off with future plans, future episodes, and I'll link in the social media. This is just to let you know, every single one of these that goes live on Twitch will be uploaded onto my personal YouTube channel for Airsoft, Bambi Airsoft. Going forward, it will take a few days to get that sorted out. So if you've missed it here, well, if you missed it here, you don't know to go check out YouTube. That's ridiculous. I was going to say if you missed it here, they don't know if they missed it. That's ridiculous. So you can watch it back to your heart's content. Going forward, hopefully we'll have specific topics to talk about. We'll have more people coming in to give their points of view, get them introduced. I'll probably be the more permanent fixture. Yeah. Everyone else will be rotating in as real life permits because I have no commitments and I'm sad. Um,
Yeah.
oh, you didn't have to agree with that last bit. Jesus. We'll be talking about specific topics like rate of fire.
If there's a topic you just
Yeah,
to
yeah.
raise, feel free to
Feel
put it
free
down in the
to
comments.
like milsim versus speed stuff. Skirmish versus milsim. Kit reviews, kit news, airsoft and the law, UK firearms legislation. I think it's being talk about that getting reformed this year. Um, you, site rules, site discipline, site conduct, rate of fire versus trigger discipline. There's a whole plethora of topics we can cover, as well as having battle reports, I guess, of game days that we've been to. I think that'd be pretty cool.
The battle reports would be a really good one.
Yeah, with the videos in the background. We'll be doing this once a month. So probably our next one will be February after we've been to the Rick Ender. That sounds so bad when I say that. After we've been to Rick's End, the Rick End, and we'll bring you a little review of the site, how we thought of it, and hopefully have a few of the other guys on. Probably have Friendly Fire on as well, who's arranged this weekend for us. Put on a few of us up as well, which is really cool. So, we're doing this every month. We're going to be aiming around about half an hour to 45 minutes per cast to start off with. Hopefully, going forward, once we start to gain a bit of momentum. To be honest, I wasn't expecting to have 5 viewers on my very first one. So thank you to everyone who joined me and Jay for coming along and saying hello as well. So hopefully we can start drumming a little bit more interest up in this. And if you've got any questions at all during a stream or in the comments below on YouTube, just ask away. If you're interested about getting started or wondering where you can play locally, we know quite a bit about Northwest and playing in the North, but basic site rules are pretty much the same all over the country. So if you're interested, you've got any questions about getting started, any advice about kit, weapons, riffs, anything like that, drop us a message, drop us a comment, or ask us live, and we'll do our best to answer them to the best of our ability. We've got a range of knowledge from guys like me who've played.
If we can't answer them ourselves, I'm sure we've got people we know who should be able to answer them.
Exactly. I mean, we know a lot of. We're pretty tight with people at the same shop. They've got a plethora of information about gun riffs, tech work, stuff like that. So if we can't answer you straight away, we'll try our best to find out and answer questions. We might even have a question and answer section at the beginning of every stream.
Yeah, Q&A section would be a good one.
Yeah, this to be honest was probably just to get a feel of how things are going with the stream and what we were going to talk about, and let everyone know what's going to happen. So, like I said, we'll have site reviews, we'll have kit reviews, we'll have introduce new people into the stream. Hopefully, if once we start building up a bit of an audience, we can get some local celebs in. I guess thinking about our friends from Equal Airsoft, friends from Bomb Up, or other guys who want to promote their site and everything like that. You know, if this thing gets to a point where it's being watched the regular, we can start doing that. and but we're going to be doing it on a monthly basis, so not to oversaturate and give everyone who wants to get involved time to get involved.
If it gets rolling well enough, maybe we could do it bi-monthly. Sorry, not bi-monthly. By every 2 weeks.
Yeah, we could do it every 2 weeks because, generally speaking, there's gonna there's gonna be the private game at level 2 every month, and then probably our main
Yeah,
game if you want to get in. So
yeah.
we'll always be playing somewhere. Um, don't forget to check out our our Instagram. My name is Callsign Bambi. Got a little community Instagram going on, Yankee 33 Tango, and of course, don't forget to check out Grimlock's Instagram as well. Although it says you
Call
don't
sign
exist.
Grimlock.
Although it says you don't exist because I've spelled call sign wrong because I'm an idiot. Oh, get rid of the I, you pillar. This is what happens when you do things unprepared. You haven't got a script. Check out. Oh, hold on. Before we go. Speaking of questions, let's have a little chat about your little conversion kit that you've got for your Halo conversion kit. Because
the thing I'm holding right now.
Yeah, you've got it in your hand, have you? You saucy boy.
Yeah. It basically hasn't left my hand since. I played Dungeons and Dragons holding it last night.
You are the quintessential nerd. Not only do you laugh with toy guns, you play Dungeons and Dragons.
Conversion kit I got for my WE Glock 18C. It is a 3D printed kit by Foundry Airsoft, and it's basically the Halo Magnum pistol. It makes it look like that.
I've got it up on the screen, yeah, on your profile.
It comes basically, you can get this version that you can see here, which is what I've got on it, which is from the Master Halo Combat Evolved, the original Halo. I don't have any pictures of the ODST SOCOM version or the Halo 2 M6C, but you can buy the set as a set of 3 for about 60 quid from them.
Is that cheap? Is it that cheap, really?
Yeah.
Oh, blimey.
Including postage.
I didn't know it was that cheap.
The thing is, you'd only get the one front frame and upper rear slide piece. The other parts are all modular to convert it between. So it's either one or the other.
Right.
However, unfortunately, the first piece I got had been damaged in the mail.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, but they were really good. They got me the replacement part out really, really quickly.
And you got a SOCOM 3D printed for
yes,
for your MK23 as well, didn't you?
I ordered a compensator for my Mark 23, then realised I'd ordered it was from them because it was via eBay. I'd ordered this one.
So one of the questions regarding your Halo conversion kit, which I posted up on the Yeet Instagram, was how it performs. Now, you obviously haven't tried it on a game day, and you mentioned that perhaps it'd work better with gas or HPA. CO2,
it does not hinder the firing mechanism. It's basically an outside bolt-on kit. It attaches via
being 3D printed, and it'll be really light. What would probably be a good idea is if you do if you've got time to do like a video demonstration of it, maybe.
Yeah, I can do that pretty good. We can do that TTPC one night, maybe.
Yeah, that would be a good idea. I mean, it starts again on the 7th at Bomb Up Airsoft in Warrington.
Yeah, it attaches basically via the front under rail.
Yeah.
And you remove the front and rear sights. So basically, you've got to remove your upper slide first.
Yeah.
But that's 2 simple screws, and then it's just a screw on the upper rear slide, and you're good to go.
Yeah.
The front piece slides straight over the whole front of the weapon, and then just bolts
straight back on. It does look pretty cool, I will admit.
Yeah.
I will admit, and we'll be throwing little tidbits of like people's kit into the mix as we progress. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, that is the end of the first episode of the 6 Mil Show. Thank you very much for joining us live. And like we said, if you've got any questions in the comments about Airsoft or Airsoft related things, let us know. We'll do our best to answer them in the next stream or give you an answer directly in the comments as well. Grimlock, thank you very much for making this an enjoyable first episode.
I'm going to give you a blast of my Glock 18.
Full auto, man. Full auto. Hold that spam. Hold the trigger.
Oh, okay, hang on. I don't think I've got enough gas, but...
There we go. Grimlock, I always know you've got enough gas. I've been in the car with you, man.
You know me. Overkill is underrated.
Yeah. So that is the end of the. As I said, thank you for joining me, Grimlock, making the first episode. Not such a chore doing it myself. I appreciate it, my friend. That is us done. Stick around if you want. I'll probably be playing some video games after this once I reset the stream and everything like that. Actually, you know what? I won't be. I think I'll just go and I think I'll go out on the piss. That's what I'm going to do.
I'm just going to go watch some crap on YouTube.
Yeah. What? Aren't we such glamorous people?
No.
So that is once again that's the end of the first episode of the 6mm show.
That is the end.
That is the end. The video is finished, and hopefully you can join us in February for the second episode where we'll bring you a battle report for South Coast CQB, and hopefully we'll be able to introduce you to some of our more regular friends, comrades, players that will be not only do we play with, again that sounded so bad, but also will be part of any future podcasts. I've been Bambi, also known as Lucas Gaming. That's been Grimlock, also known as the guy who shouts at you at Scouse. And we will catch you next time. Thank you very much for joining us.
Tatty bye.